A man is jailed for 4.5 years and a woman for 3 after their dog mauled a 10-year-old boy to death. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30. Jailed for more than 7 years, the couple in charge of a dog that killed a 10-year-old child. Well, Jack's parents say more must be done to stop this from happening again to another family. Also tonight.
Evening News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good evening. The mother of a 10-year-old boy mauled to death by a dog at a friend's house has paid an emotional tribute to her beautiful boy. Jack List was killed by a powerful American bully-type dog called Beast in Caerphilly last November. Today, the animal's owner and the woman looking after it at the time were jailed for a total of 7.5 years. While outside court, Jack's mum, Emma Whitfield, said the attack was a consequence of people wanting a status symbol. CCTV pictures showed the dog attacking people just days before Jack was killed. And a warning, this report from our correspondent Ben Chapman contains some of that footage. Well, Hannah Thomas is outside Cardiff Crown Court for us this evening. Hannah, the impact on Jack's family was laid bare to the court today. The High Court has tonight rejected an attempt to halt a flight expected to deport dozens of people from the UK to Rwanda. The controversial deportations are due to start on Tuesday. Today, charities brought a last-minute legal challenge against the policy. The judge refused to grant an injunction against the flight, but said individual cases would be considered. Our deputy political editor, Anushka Astana, has the latest. Anushka is in Westminster for us tonight. Anushka, what reaction has there been to that judgment?
Well,
a close friend of one of the 2 Britons sentenced to death for fighting in Ukraine has told ITV News he should be protected as a prisoner of war under the Geneva Convention. Brennan Phillips says Aidan Aslin has made Ukraine his home and is not a mercenary. Aslin and Sean Pinner were convicted of terrorism after being captured in the east of the country by Russian forces. The UK has branded the trial a sham. From Kyiv, our Europe editor James Mates has the latest. Back here, a manhunt is underway tonight after a teenage boy died and his mother was injured in a stabbing at a house in Manchester. From Manchester, here's Emma Sweeney with the latest. Emma Sweeney reporting from Manchester. President Donald Trump was at the centre of an attempted coup at the Capitol in January last year, a US Congressional Committee has claimed. An inquiry accused the former president of lighting the flame for the attack, which saw his supporters storm Congress. The results, screened on primetime US TV, also said it was clear Mr. Trump knew he'd lost the 2020 election. From Washington, here's our correspondent, Robert Moore. There's plenty more still to come, including... Well, we'll be sorry to see it go, but we'll see you after the break. Welcome back. There were more concerning signs today about how the cost of living crisis is impacting on people's everyday lives. Our Wales reporter, Rhys Williams, heard from some of those counting every penny. Drivers have been urged to cut out shorter journeys by car as fuel prices continue to spiral. After 37 years, filming has finally wrapped on Neighbours, with some of the soap's many stars reuniting in Ramsay Street. The Australian show first aired in 1985 and launched the careers of Kylie Minogue, Jason Donovan, Guy Pearce and many others. Here's Ian Woods on the goodbye to good friends. And if showbiz and entertainment news is your thing, there's much more on our website. That's at itv.com/news. You'll also find all the latest headlines there. We're watching the ITV Evening News. Here's what's still ahead before Emmerdale. First, food banks are calling for a change in guidelines that are preventing them from giving out baby formula milk to desperate parents. Rocketing inflation is pushing up the price of formula, and some are even resorting to stealing it to feed their babies. Food and baby banks want to help and say they are often the first place parents turn to. But currently, advice from aid organisation UNICEF says formula shouldn't be given out because of safety concerns. Rupert Evelyn has this special report. Well, let's get an update on what is making the news tonight. Devon and Cornwall Police and the Marine Accident Investigation Branch have tonight launched parallel investigations into a boating accident in which 2 people died. Both of the victims were disabled. Ellie Pitt. More cases of monkeypox have been confirmed in... Next tonight, a former British Olympic sprinter has told ITV News how she was racially and sexually abused during her career. Track star Anika Onyora says she didn't report the incidents at the time because she feared what would happen. She told Sejal Carrier she's now sharing her experiences to raise awareness and help other women. A French government report into the problems at the Champions League final last month has highlighted multiple failures in crowd management. Britney Spears has got married one more time, tying the knot at home with Sam Asghari in California. It was supposed to be an intimate ceremony, but it didn't all go to plan. Hamish Asghari takes up the story. And sad news now, Julie Cruz, the singer and musical collaborator who worked with director David Lynch in film and in TV, has died at the age of 65. Next tonight, a mystery 340 years in the making. When 2 brothers discovered a cannon deep on the seabed off the Great Yarmouth coast, they knew they'd found what they'd long been searching for. It was the final resting place of HMS Gloucester, which sank with the future King James II on board. Experts say the wreck is the most significant find for a generation. Neil Connery has more. Well, from the 1600s to something a bit more up to date this weekend. Well, Lucy and I will be back for all of that and more after this break. Hello again, welcome back. Now, it is National Growing for Wellbeing Week, and Lucy is a very calming place in Miserdon in the Cotswolds. Looking lovely there. Finally, celebrities and famous former footballers will be facing each other in this weekend's Soccer Aid. This year, some of the millions of pounds raised will go to Ukraine. The country's most well-known footballer, Andrei Shevchenko, is taking part, and he told ITV News it will save a lot of lives. Well, entertainment reports, all for good cause, and it's going to be great. You can see coverage of that right here on ITV from 6:30 p.m. on Sunday night. But from us, that is it for now. Julie will be here with news at 10, but from me and all the team, bye-bye.